Get a little bit of a sense from our reporters around the country of what's happening and how the day has gone. And I'm joined now from the Free State, from Mangaung, by Siphamandla Goge. Sipa, hi. Talk to me about how today has gone, what you've seen of voter turnout and what you're seeing now, because we are hearing that in the last couple of hours before the polls close, there's normally a flood of people.
I'm battling to hear you, but I assume you're asking me about the situation in the Free State. Let me tell you that in the morning, things got off to a very smooth start. You know, we saw long snaking queues there, people going out in numbers to cast their votes. It was promising in the morning, but of late, we are told by people here in the IEC, in the Free State, that in terms of the voter turnout, of course, they are still consolidating those statistics and the information. It will be passed on to the National Office of the IEC, which will brief the nation at 7 p.m. But there are concerns generally about the turnout or the rate of the turnout, whether people have come out in numbers to cast their votes. Well, earlier on when we tried to check, this province has got about 1.4 million people who are registered to vote, but the issue has been the numbers. At the time earlier, the province had not gone past 200,000, which was concerning. However, these things do change now and again. You get different pictures every hour, so maybe now things would have improved. We'll only find that out when there is that briefing. We were meant to have a briefing here at the Provincial Operations Center, which is known as the Rock in Bloemfontein, but it's not going to happen anymore because it was going to coincide with the national one, which is at 7 o'clock. So we visited a number of voting stations. The trend that we have observed is that many people who had come out in numbers to vote are what we can classify as the elderly. Young people, not so much so of what we've been observing, but it differs. When you go around the Bloemfontein city center, those voting stations will have the elderly group coming out in numbers to vote. When you go to the townships, that's when you are likely to get the younger generation voting, but not in numbers. So we'll wait to see and to hear what is happening in terms of those official statistics about the turnout. But for now, we are at the Rock here. Joe Komane will show you behind me. We were anticipating that media briefing at 7. It's not going to happen because the national one will take preference. Now all the statistics that are being compiled here are being sent to Pretoria. So the Rock will update us later on as to what is happening in the Free State. This is the stronghold of the ANC, but of course people have been registering complaints about lack of service delivery. The biggest prize and the biggest focus here in Bloemfontein or in the Free State being Mangaung, the only metro which has been plagued by service delivery challenges. Political parties, 51 of them are gunning for it, they are vying for it. 134 independent candidates are contesting across the province. So it's a very interesting election, particularly if you look at the political dynamics of the Free State.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've seen so much heat around Mangaung. We know, of course, that the ANC suspended SG Ace Magashule is facing corruption charges. He was out and about today casting his vote. Do you think that the issues around Ace Magashule will affect the support base for the ANC locally in that province?
I think the ANC's divisions and disunity will surely have an impact in terms of ANC traditional voters. This is a deeply factionalized and divided political party here in the Free State. Joe Komane will show you a shot there. I will ask him to zoom in there. Of course, we all know that police officers and members of the army are always deployed when there are elections. So seeing soldiers, should it raise alarms here? It happens all the time. It has happened since 1994 where you have soldiers deployed, but we have just spotted a soldier entering the Rock here. It's not something uncommon. It's not something unusual. It happens all the time since 1994, also taking into account that soldiers now and again do try and assist with logistics here to ensure that should the electoral staff be unable to carry its mandate logistically, the army and SAPS members are on standby to ensure that they assist in that regard. We also see there is correctional services, so what we can call the security cluster is here at the Rock. It's not surprising because of the nature of the local government elections or any election. This is a matter of national security, but also logistically, like we say, that should the IEC officials and employees be unable to deal with whatever mandate they have to carry out, they will have to get some support from the army and the SAPS. They are being briefed here by IEC Free State officials.
All right.
I think they are just being taken through what is happening.
It looks fairly quiet. Siphamandla Goge in Mangaung, thank you very much. And that is such a contrast with the visuals that we've got streaming in now.